Bonjour Year 7, welcome to Lesson 2 of Online French. So our starter activity is going to be based on the key facts you were learning this week. So pour commencer, to begin with, corrige les erreurs, correct the errors. So there's 5 sentences here, and the number in brackets at the end tells you how many mistakes are in each sentence. The challenge sentence you won't be able to find in your fact book, because if you made notes last lesson, it was one of the challenges from last lesson. It's a bit in the past tense. So correct the errors, and there's a challenge if you can. Pause the screen here, and then we'll do the answers. So the answers are as follows. 1. Espagne was missing the G. N. 2. Nous allons au Portugal. An L missing and a G missing. 3. Normalement is not spelt with an S on the end. Nous allons en France, not au France, en France. 4. Tous les ans, spelt with an S, not a T. Nous allons, again, I'm really hammering home, nous allons is spelt with a double N, en Italie. And 5. Nous allons à la campagne. N. And we missed out la, the, and nous is spelt with a U. Now the challenge sentence, if you were able to complete it, nous sommes was spelt wrong. Bit of a clue at the start of the sentence where I repeated the same phrase. Nous sommes allés en Italie. We went to Italy. Et nous sommes allés à la mer. We went to the seaside. I nearly mispronounced that because it should be mer. And needs to have an accent on it to mean two. Look, you can see the example in number 5. Nous allons à la campagne. So that's what the 3 mistakes were in that sentence. So moving on to this week, our title is Je me prépare. And our objectives for today are to know at least 5 daily routine activities, to understand a new grammatical rule, and some of you might use that grammar to talk about yourself, your own daily routine, and other people's daily routines. So let's get straight to the daily routine vocabulary. I want you to repeat the phrase after me out loud, which I know is a bit embarrassing, but never mind. Repeat the phrase out loud, and then have a guess what you think it is in English. If you need to pause the video, do. Je me douche. Je me douche. I have a shower. Je me fais une crête. Je me fais une crête. I gel up my hair. I put gel in my hair. Je me parfume. Je me parfume. You might have guessed this one. I put on perfume. Je m'habille. Je m'habille. Notice the pronunciation of this I-double-L-E here. Je m'habille. It means I get ready. Je me brosse les cheveux. Je me brosse les cheveux. You might recognise this from describing yourself earlier on this year. As hair. I brush my hair. Je me lave les dents. Je me lave les dents. That last word there might give you a little bit of a clue as to which daily routine activity it is. I brush my teeth. Je me regarde dans la glace. Je me regarde dans la glace. I look at myself in the mirror. Je me regarde dans la glace. Look out for this pronunciation again. Je me maquille. Je me maquille. Some animations here. I put on makeup. Je me maquille. Je me rase. Let's get a really nice French R sound there. Je me rase. I shave. And the final one, our title of today's lesson, Je me prépare. Je me prépare is I get ready. That's the general one, I get ready. If you need to practice the pronunciation again, rewind the video and practice one more time. So, here's the vocabulary that you are learning in your fact book. And I put quand je me prépare at the top, which means when I get ready. And then here's the list of them in French. Here's all the things I want you to learn this week. We're going to play a little game called Are You Psychic? And what I'd like you to do is out loud read in French one of these 9 phrases here and see whether it's the same one that I've chosen. So, pick one now to read out loud. If you said je me brosse les cheveux, you may well be psychic. Let's give that another go. Guess one of those 9 phrases to say in French out loud. If you said je me maquille, you may well be psychic. One more time, pick one more French phrase to read out loud. If you said je me douche, très bien, super, you may well be psychic. So, our objectives are to know at least 5 daily routine activities, to understand a new grammatical rule, and to use that grammatical rule if you can. So hopefully, some of you can already tick off our first objective for today. So, what is a reflexive verb? So a reflexive verb is different to normal verbs because they've got this thing called a reflexive pronoun before the verb. So, let's look at the difference between a normal verb and a reflexive verb. So a normal verb looks like this. The person and the verb. Je prépare. I prepare. So that might be I prepare a presentation, I prepare a meal, etc., etc. Now, the second sentence has a reflexive pronoun in it. Me. Je me prépare. Literally it means I prepare myself. So in English we'd probably say I get ready. But you could say I prepare myself. Here's a look at how it's formed. So we've got the person, the subject, je, I. We've got this extra reflexive pronoun. Then we've got the verb, in this case brosse, which is to brush. And then the ending matches with je, because je verbs end in E. So you write the person first, I, you, he, she, then the reflexive pronoun, and then you've got to make sure your verb matches the person. So the only one you've got to be worried about is to, because the verb's going to end in es. Let's look at an example. Je me maquille is I put on makeup. Tu te maquilles with an S on the end is you put on makeup. Il se maquille with an E on the end is he puts on makeup. And elle se maquille with an E on the end means she puts on makeup. The only one you have to be a bit wary about is habille, because it starts with a H and it's like a vowel because we don't pronounce it. So it's M' habille. Je m'habille. So he gets dressed, it's il s'habille. That's why I've put the letters with an apostrophe next to them. So if you're talking about getting dressed, you need to put M', T', or S'. So, we'll all know at least 5 daily routine verbs. Most of us will understand grammar rule, and some of us will be able to apply it. So let's see where we are now. If you're just comfortable practicing daily routine activities, try this green one here. Write down what you do before leaving the house in the morning. Start with quand je me prépare, and include at least 3 activities. If you want a bit more challenge, you've got 10 phrases here to translate into French using the information. You can rewind the video if you want. And then the biggest challenge is to write down what you do before leaving the house in the morning. Start it with quand je me prépare, when I get ready. Include at least 3 activities. Try to add at least 3 time phrases, like quelquefois, which is sometimes, tout le temps, all the time, and write about somebody else's daily routine. If you do the green activity or the red activity, could you either send it to me via email or take a photo and send that to me? This is Mrs. Cunningham, so my email address is rcunningham@johnfernley.org. If you're doing the orange activity, I'm going to show the answers in just a moment. So whichever of the 3 activities you choose to do, pause the video now and give it a go. Here follows the answers to the orange activity, the middle one. So, he showers, il se douche, you look at yourself in the mirror, tu te regardes dans la glace. I'm not going to read them all out because you can mark them for yourself. Just make sure any of them that are to you do something, that your verb ends in an S. Tu te rases with an S. Tu te brosses with an S. Hopefully you got those right or nearly right. All I want you to do for this activity, just before we end, I'm going to show you a picture. I want you to say out loud in French what the picture is. You can use your fact book to help. Okay, and to finish our lesson today, I have written a little song to help you learn the daily routine activities at home yourselves. You could always make your own up. And it doesn't cover absolutely everything, but it covers most things, and an extra bonus phrase at the end is je vais au collège avec mes amis, and I go to school with my friends. So, it's to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. Apologies, I'm not a great singer, but you can practice at home, and I'm sure you'll sound much nicer. So here we go. Je me rase, je me douche, je m'habille. Je me parfume et je me maquille. Je me brosse les cheveux et je me lave les dents et je vais au collège avec mes amis. I hope you liked it. Give it a go at home. And if you've got any questions, email me, Mrs. Cunningham, or send me a little bit of writing if you did the green or red activity a little while ago. Thanks very much. Au revoir.